Hey everyone, welcome to this Ultimate Marvel United basically storage box. Still got COVID, so my voice may be a little off, so hopefully it won't be too bad. But this is basically everything, right? We got the all-in for Marvel United X-Men, the all-in for Marvel United, the original one, yeah, in 5 boxes. All the cards are in this bulk box 3000, and what we're going to do is go through all the boxes except for that one, because that one is as it come basically. So Days of Future Past with a big giant Sentinels and Logan, yeah, that's the same exactly as is. I've just put the cards in there basically. So if we first have a look at the bulk box 3800, that cost me 14 quid. Yeah, there's more than enough room here for the cards. So I even got these adjusted properly. There's a thumb prints woof down here, because this side is X-Men, this side's normal Marvel United. This one, if I push that, there is a huge gap right there. Basically, you have to leave them like that, leave them a bit flatter, because otherwise they just slide about. With the fact that they're not tight enough, and there's way more room in here than I actually need. So this is one of the Tesseract cards, and basically just flips over, as you can see there, goes straight to Spider-Man. That's what that's used for, one of the dividers. I definitely want to get me some of them. I really like them. They are expensive. I think they're 30 quid just for the all-in Marvel United for the first lot. So I think that's how I like to do it, just get the ones for them. I can see this lot being about 40-50 quid for the all-in. So that'll have to wait. Probably spending nearly 90 odd quid on just card dividers. My idea of fun, believe me. I might have to just get some done myself, even in black and white on some cardboard, going through my printer, because I've only got a black and white printer. Maybe do it that way and just slowly get the dividers over time. But yeah, that's the cards. There's way more than enough room. Mine ain't sleeved, but if you sleeved them, you've still got loads of room. There's loads of headspace in this thing. They don't come anywhere near even with this thing up. It only just about comes underneath the top. Don't go anywhere near the top. So this is the vertical ones and all. Yeah, I think this is great. You sleeve your cards. You've got more than enough room here. With dividers, there's way more room than you need. This is spot on for 14 quid, and it's really tough and really rigid as well. That if you've seen the white box on Amazon, these compare themselves to the white box and say they are more durable and a better option, and a cool mount for the price. So that's the bulk box that holds all the cards. So if we have a look at the core Marvel United, I've got this like this, but I can recommend some improvements if you want to. I really ain't fussed. Basically, I've just got these lots of minis just in here standing up. Now, I've just carried this up from downstairs, and they've not moved about. Obviously, that one moved about there. I've just lifted the lid off. There's a couple lying on the bases. Other than that, they're fine, right? I don't mind. It's going to literally sit on that shelf right there, flat as is. It don't matter to me. I can keep them like this. But if you are painting them and all that lot, I mean, I'm never going to paint these. I ain't bothered about the miniatures whatsoever. I only care about the gameplay for Marvel United. Then I would suggest getting some magnetic sheet, plaster the entire bottom of the box on it, and then get some 25mm. I think these bases I think the bases are 25mm. There might be some bigger bases. I don't know. I think the bases are 25mm. You can buy 25mm magnets from Amazon, and they'll just stick on the bottom of the bases. and then attract to the magnetic sheet, so long as you buy the right ones, and then they won't budge. They won't budge at all. I do that for other models when I stick them in box files, so it's perfect. Yeah, all I got in here though is all the gameplay elements, basically. So everything you need to play Marvel United, the first one, yeah, all the tokens, everything like that. Like I say, get a bit of sheet, magnetic sheet, get some magnets to the bottom, not the full-blown magnets. I never recommend them. I always recommend the like circle ones that just pop out on Amazon, because they're so much better for going on the bottom of miniatures. It's unbelievable, rather than rare earth magnets that end up being way too strong polarity wise, and you either end up pulling them out, they either come off here and stick to the bottom, or over time, or you end up ripping out the magnetic sheet underneath. That's my experience with rare earth magnets over time. So that's why I always recommend magnetic sheet. Then if we take a look at the other stretch goal box, we have all the game pieces and everything else like that. We have this thing here, all the dashboards, villain dashboards, all the card pieces, and that in there is as is, basically. It all fits in just naturally. This goes in there. There's a little bit of a lift on this because these ribs here, I'm not a fan of this, I will be honest. I think it's a bit of cheap plastic, if you ask me, and isn't really that useful. But yeah, is what it is. I am keeping it, obviously, and it just fits in. If it don't fit in, I don't know what I'd do with it, but it fits in, and that's that. That is the all-in of Marvel United 1. So as I say, Days of Future Past is basically as is. So I've just kept everything in here. Like I say, the only thing missing is the cards. Got the cardboard tokens here. Got Wolverine and the Sentinels and then Nimrod down here. Yeah, just leave it as is, I say, because you're going to look for somewhere to stick these sodding 3 big massive minis. You got absolutely no chance. So leave it as is. So people who want the minis are going to have umbrage with me on this one, because I have just literally just shoved them anywhere, and these ones are a little harder to actually get to keep still. And this one here, he's Angel of Death, isn't he? He's way too big for anything. He just comes over the top of the box, so I have no idea how to fix that issue. You could get away with the others with, like I say, a bit of magnetic sheet, all that business, and magnets underneath. Again, you'd be fine with the 25mm ones. And then I literally have all the gameplay in here. So we got all the tokens, got all the dashboards, got all the locations right there. Yeah, I've got the Fantastic Five in here. I've got Magneto. I've got the Apocalypse expansion. That's what I've got in here. Those 3 boxes. No, 2 boxes and just Magneto, because Magneto don't want to stick up in the other box. Basically, he's just that little bit too tall. And so yeah, I do find these minis are out of the X-Men. They're a little bit too tall, only slightly, you know. So it is a little bit of an issue, but as I say, I don't care. They're not going to get broke. They're perfectly fine as is. I'm perfectly happy to just shove them in like that. And all the rules and everything are there. There we go. So we've got the ginormous box now, and this one is massive. So what I've had to do is, am I going to be able to take this out with one hand? No, that's better. So that is basically kept as is. And then any structural engineer will tell you need a core in your building. So I built this here, this structure for underneath, out of one of the lids of the other boxes. Just cut it up into 4, and then basically made a structure in the middle, because obviously the heaviness will be mostly in the middle. And then a load of the miniatures will just stand up normally. Some of them, though, won't. And I'm fine with this. You might not be. So you might need to keep one of the other boxes and put all the gameplay from that one into one of the other boxes, and then shove all the taller minis into that one, because that is the biggest box, other than this, obviously. But that is the biggest box, and so you can, like that one, have all the taller miniatures standing up. For me, though, it's all about reducing box space, and I literally don't care about the minis, so I can just shove them in as is. They're not going to get broke. They're perfectly fine. Yeah, magnetic sheet on the bottom. Again, if you wanted to, with magnets, if you wanted to keep them a bit more safe, I couldn't give a toss. Yeah, that goes in perfectly safe on top of the support that I've made out of one of the other boxes. That's that. So there we have it. That is my best solution for reducing every single box down to the minimal boxes that you can have. I really foresee any way of getting this in fewer boxes. I think this is the fewest amount that you can have for all-ins of both Marvel United. I just can't see any other way. If you want to keep the minis safe, you're definitely going to have to keep one of the other boxes. Maybe the Fantastic Four one, because that's a really nice design box. And then put all the gameplay and everything into the Fantastic Four box. Put all the taller miniatures into the X-Men box with magnetic sheet and magnets on the bottom. The punch-out magnets. Yeah, I just think this is the definitive way of shrinking absolutely everything down. 5 boxes. That is, I can't see any other way of making it any smaller. And this is perfect for me as someone who just likes it for the gameplay and enjoys wanting to get it on the table as fast as physically possible, gameplay wise, boom, 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 boom. You know, and just playing within minutes. That for me is the best. Can't recommend the Bolt box enough. It fits cards from everything. Yeah, it's great. Just need some dividers. So there you go. Take with it what you will. Take with it from the parts that you like, parts that you don't. Get rid of. Adjust to your own liking. This is how I have done it. Thanks for watching.